everybody. Welcome to Gwinnett Today. You'd think yo-yos were a new invention by the way kids are using them these days. But yo-yos are definitely seeing a comeback. And who better to tell us about that than Mr. Yo-Yo himself, Bob Rule. Welcome to the show, Bob. Thanks for being here today.
Well, thank you for inviting me. It's my pleasure.
Well, tell everyone at home a little bit about yourself and where Mr. Yo-Yo came from.
Well, Mr. Yo-Yo came about as when I was growing up and beginning work with Duncan, everybody claimed to be a world's champion. And I didn't want to lie to the people, so I just come up with the name Mr. Yo-Yo. And it's actually a registered trademark now for about 25 years. It belongs to me, and it beats claiming to be something you're not.
I bet. So when did you start yo-yoing?
Oh, back in the late 40s and early 50s, I was in the Boy Scouts, and every year I used to have to go to the doctor to take shots to keep from getting poison ivy. And where I changed buses on my way home from the doctor, there used to be a yo-yo contest in September in Detroit. And I just got watching and got interested in it and become obsessed.
All because of being allergic to poison ivy?
That's it. Just the poison ivy started the whole thing, and the Boy Scouts.
And then you made a career out of this.
Yes, I did.
Hard to believe.
Not only a career, but it's patterned my whole life. I went to work for them in 1959 traveling.
For Duncan?
For Duncan. And I got married in '62 in Kentucky, and we traveled for 3 years. It was like having a 3-year honeymoon. And we went all over the world, literally. We'd be in this town for 2 months and then another town for 2 months, and lived literally out of the trunk of our car, but it was fun.
So you always knew that's what you were going to do? Was it a hard field to get into?
Well, no, because Detroit fielded more professional yo-yo players than any other city or state put together. At one time on the Duncan payroll in the early 60s, we had over 25 players from Detroit. But it's just the man who taught us how to play just instilled it in us. He was so good, and then, of course, he made a lot of money off of it, too.
Well, that's really neat. And then it brought you down here to Georgia?
Well, when we decided to settle down, I didn't want to live in Detroit, and my wife didn't want to live in Louisville because we weren't real big family people. So I moved to Atlanta, and the very first couple I met came from a family of 6 brothers and sisters, and I now call them the Clampetts. There must be 100 of them, and we fell in with them, and it's just really strange. But we love Atlanta. I've been here since '65.
Living in Duluth?
Yes. I lived in Chamblee before. I've been in Duluth since '79.
Well, great. And then you started your own yo-yo club down here?
Yes, not too long ago. Myself and 3 other fellows, David Devlin and Andrew Arvison and Tom McCoy. Tom was a player with Duncan like I was. Andrew was the editor of a magazine called Fiend Magazine that's about yo-yos. David Devlin is a player that I met about 8 or 10 years ago who's here with us today. And
you guys are going to show some tricks later on in the show.
We hope so.
Well, great. Let's talk about this comeback. I know I have nephews, and they got a bunch of yo-yos for Christmas. So we're seeing more and more kids playing with them everywhere. We are seeing a comeback.
Oh, it's amazing. The yo-yos always have been on a cycle, peaks and valleys. About every 7 years, the kids would pick them up and play with them for 2 or 3 months. But this cycle has been going on now for, the better part of 3 years and shows no end in sight. I mean, everything comes to an end, but golly, the technology being poured into the development of yo-yos, the kids playing. I was afraid at one time that the art of yo-yoing was going to die, that there would be nobody around to pass on what I had learned from my people. And it's just, I was out in Las Vegas in the summer for a yo-yo convention and a World's Championship, and I have just never seen the likes of what these youngsters can do with a yo-yo today. They had 50 players there from the Orient competing, from Japan.
Wow. So they're showing your stuff. Is there some competition for you?
It's more competition than I can handle.
But it's different. It's definitely different than what you used to see.
Yes, it is. It's the technology. It's just like race drivers. It's like baseball players. I mean, everything today is space age.
It changes, huh?
But
you have some old yo-yos right here, right?
Yes, the one you have, the first one, the bottom one is a red and black one. That was called a Duncan Beginner. That used to sell for 19 cents back in the 50s and 60s. And that was, I mean, just if you didn't have a red and black one, you had a tournament yo-yo. The other one you have in your hand is a jeweled yo-yo. Duncan came out with that, and they have 4 little rhinestones in them. And boy, if you had one of those in school, you were top dog. And
These rhinestones right here.
Right, and if you had it autographed or carved on, the Filipinos started the carving craze, and then they taught us American players how to do it. And it's just amazing what you could put on a yo-yo with a little pocket knife.
Well, real quick, show us the new ones that we're seeing.
Well, this is the style is not new, but it's what they call a butterfly. But now they have what they call speed rings on the inside of them. And these actually affect the performance of the yo-yo, and they'll pull right out.
To really make them faster, huh?
Exactly. It gives it better balance. They also have ball bearings in them. I'll try to take this apart carefully here.
And the ball bearings make them real faster to
Ball bearing, the record now for spinning is around 7 minutes. And that's just, I mean, a lot of people, they look at the tricks I can do and they say, boy, you can make it spin forever. But if you take a stopwatch, it's an 8 or 10 second trick. Used to be. And now with these yo-yos, you can just go on and on and on.
Well, you're going to show us that in just a second. We're going to take a break. Coming up, yo-yo tips from the experts. Stay with us.
Coming up for the 3rd time this week.
Would you like to learn yo-yo tricks like rock the baby, walk the dog, or around the world? Well, you can right now. And to show us how to do that is Mr. Yo-Yo Bob Rule and David Devlin from the Yo Atlanta Club. Welcome to the show, David.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Yo-Yo, you're going to show us some tricks. Both of you guys are. What's your favorite?
Oh, golly, I really don't have one, but I guess double or nothing would probably be one that I've done the most times in my life because it's nice and close. And I could do that for hours and never miss, but I'd like to show just a few of the basic tricks.
Okay.
That you first, the people out there who might just be getting started with the yo-yo, the sleeper, or making it hesitate.
And it just kind of hesitates down there at the bottom.
Yeah, it's spinning down at the bottom. The other.
Can I do that one?
Sure.
How do I do it?
Just throw it down overhand.
Okay, overhand.
Throw it down.
And then what?
Stop.
And then stop. Okay, ready?
Uh-huh.
Oh,
Okay. This is a little fast way to wind it up here. Let's try that one more time.
Okay.
You're going to try and make it sleep.
Just stall it down there, huh?
Correct. Throw it down.
Throw it down.
Now pull it up. That's good. Pull it up.
Oh, no.
Plug it back up.
Oh, we almost got
Well, I'll leave it to you guys.
That's what the Saturday meeting is all about, our club. So the second trick is loop-the-loop. Now, from here on out, everything we do will consist of either a spinning trick or a loop trick.
Okay.
And everybody said, well, how many tricks do you know how to do? And there's not really an answer because, like, for example, I'm going to show you Rock the Baby in just a few different ways. This is Rock the Baby.
Wow.
Bring it back up. Now,
Does it take a lot of practice to do these?
if that baby doesn't watch Gwinnet TV, throw them out.
Oh, cool.
If you've got 2 babies, rock them in a double cradle.
Oh, how cute. Did you learn all these yourself?
Well, the people that I was going to see every Saturday and every night, I had a little motorbike, and I used to follow the fella all over town.
Wow, and you just collected them.
Just collected up with a lot of practice.
Well, great. David, what are you going to show us today?
Well, I got a few little tricks here. One of my favorites is rock the baby in the cradle, followed by a picture trick. These are called picture tricks, and this is called the Eiffel Tower.
Oh, look at that.
All right. And then the other thing that I like to do is to rock the baby underneath the Eiffel Tower, and this is my absolute favorite trick.
That is so neat.
And then we've got a couple others. If I can get it wound back up again.
Okay.
That answers one of the questions that everybody asks, do you ever miss? But David really
Do you ever
didn't
miss? You always miss. That's one of the reasons you learn how to wind it up the way Bob does.
Right, with a
is
snap.
because it takes you so long to get it back going again. If you
That
have
is
to wind
really
it the other way.
cool.
See, we
Look
can
at
rock
that.
the baby here, and we can put this back together.
Now, can anybody learn this, you guys?
Sure.
I mean, even me, you saw I couldn't even do one.
We have a 4-year-old in our club that's learning tricks, and he does really good. He's amazing.
He, at the 4-year-old, the first trick, he can actually throw it down and make it spin.
Wow.
He doesn't swing it around his head. He actually is trying to work it. He's 4 years old.
Do you guys teach people at the Yo Atlanta Club?
Oh, yes, absolutely. That's the whole purpose, and there's no age group. You don't have to be a youngster. You don't have to be an oldster. We also find we have yo-yos. We bring extra ones for somebody who might show up or be at the library by accident, which we had last week.
So it's every third Saturday?
The third Saturday of every month at the Five Forks Trickham Library. And the moms come in, and we have 3 or 4 mothers every Saturday standing there working. The dads are working with them. It's just, the fad has taken everybody by storm, not just the youngsters.
Well, we have time for a few more tricks. What are you guys going to show me?
Well, these are two-handed tricks. Here's.
And it's all fun, right? No competition?
Oh, yes. No, there's not amongst us there isn't, but they have World Championship competitions. Next year, 1999, is going to be in Hawaii.
It's called the Texas Star.
That's neat.
And then you can do the Sheriff's Badge, which is a single-handed star. Those are all picture tricks.
Well,
The
this
yo-yos
is,
are
The man
actually
on the flying
crossing.
trapeze.
how about one more?
Milk the cow. See if you
Okay.
recognize the motion.
There you go. Milking those udders, right?
How about that?
Well, thanks, guys, very much. Good luck with everything. And third Saturday of each month at the Five Forks Library.
Third
Five
Saturday,
Forks
2 o'clock, and it's coming up real quick.
Well, great. Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Thanks for watching, everybody. If you'd like to learn more from Mr. Yo-Yo or the Yo Atlanta Club, you can call 770-963-0252. Bye-bye.